So on this issue of foreclosure, I join with most of the other candidates in calling for a moratorium on foreclosures to the lending and financial and mortgage institutions here in the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan. Can't force that though, but again, I believe that the mayor has some leveraging authority, some bully pulpit to be able to push in a way to cause, I think, mortgage companies to back off a little bit and give folks a little bit of room to breathe. I mean, the reality is that it's a lose for everyone involved. When you take someone's home because their mortgage rate readjusted beyond their ability to pay with the job that they have, and after a year or 2 years of falling behind, they lose their homes. 9 times out of 10 in the city of Detroit, they purchased that home in a market where it's worth a lot less now than it was when they actually got it. And so the balance on that mortgage is the amount of money that the mortgage company's not going to be able to get back. There's no market to sell it. Someone's out of a home, and of course if that house sits vacant for too long and goes unsecured, you know what's going to happen to it. It's going to be vandalized, the copper strippers are going to come, and then and that's where we end up. So the city loses, the neighborhood loses, the mortgage company loses, and of course the homeowner, who was tossed in the beginning, also loses. So it makes all the sense in the world for mortgage companies to kind of back off, give everybody a little breathing room, and give us a year in order to give folks a chance to have this economy and credit markets catch up with where we are. And so I would push very aggressively to persuade, if you will, those mortgage companies to buy into the one-year moratorium. Where the city is concerned, and that's property taxes, we very much have control, and there are mechanisms in place right now, there always have been, for hardship cases where one has an inability to pay, and on a year-by-year basis, a person's taxes can be abated to some proportion or the entire amount, depending upon the level of hardship. That's at the Board of Review, as you know, during the month of February. And as mayor of the city of Detroit, that's an edict that I would issue to make sure that that happens. But let's take this thing to the federal level, BJ, because one of the things that I appreciate, regardless of your partisan persuasion here, if you're in the city of Detroit or if you're about the city of Detroit, this president that we have in place does have a true sense of an urban agenda. And it's a long list. It's a very, I think, thoughtful list that's going to benefit this city, the point at which these programs start to roll out. But embedded in that urban agenda is reforming the bankruptcy courts with regard to forfeiture. And I agree, because today, mediation between a mortgage company and a home purchaser about to lose their home through mortgage forfeiture, the courts have very, very little to say about that. What is being proposed by this administration is to give the courts a little bit more latitude in mediating some kind of settlement, if you will, that allows the court system to cut a little bit of slack to the homeowner. I think especially in an environment like this, where things are as tough as they are, that's a good thing. So I would support that, and certainly I would lobby hard from Detroit as mayor to the delegations in Washington to make that happen.